Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past run.
Hello, everyone. It's Kung Fu Fruit Cup, and I hope that you have enjoyed your first day of Flame Fatales 2023. Listen, we've got one more run to go. It's going to be so good because, it's a Zelda game, of course. And we have awesome runner Euni here to chat about the run beforehand. How's it going, Euni? Hello. So I wanted to talk about the run. This is any percent restricted major glitches. So I'm assuming that some of the biggest glitches are going to be left out of this. Can you tell us kind of like which glitches we are going to see and we aren't going to see? Like, what does this entail?
Yeah, so there are a few glitches in Link to the Past that are just they're too game breaking even for a glitched category. You can beat the game in under 10 minutes with them, and there's a bonus run for that, but
Okay, incentives. Yeah, we love it. Please
sorry.
donate for that. But yeah, like give us, I'd love a little bit more detail about like how some of these glitches work or like what we are going to be able to get to see.
Yeah, so the main glitch you'll see in the run is diagonal walls in Link to the Past are mostly just a suggestion. So you can clip into them and then do a bunch of things, have the collision push you out in really weird ways and teleport around. Oftentimes I'll just jump over a screen transition, which will teleport me to the top of the screen. And then there's a lot more stuff you can do with using items on the frame you hit a screen transition that's in the back half of a run. And I actually did say that there are some glitches that are banned, but I'm actually doing two of those glitches in this category anyway. The rules are basically that you can't do these glitches inside dungeons, but anything is fair game on the overworld.
Okay. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, I didn't know that. Like that there are different kind of restrictions or things that are allowed depending on the category. That's really cool. And I was curious about like any percent versus this any percent category versus like 100%. How many? Like, what would you say in terms of? Look, I love talking about how broken this game is. In terms of all the glitches in these different categories, like how much overlap would you say there is? Because like you're with the 10 minutes, I assume you're mostly using like really big glitches for that. And that's most of the playthrough, right? But like with this restricted major glitches, like how does this compare to maybe like 100% or like all dungeons or something?
So I'm not familiar with 100%,
Sure.
but all dungeons is typically the beginner glitch category.
Okay.
It's you don't fight the final boss with 5 hearts. Um, and I mean, all dungeons is, I believe, you complete, I want to say 12 dungeons. We complete two in this run, so not a lot of overlap.
Interesting. So what makes you have to complete just two specific dungeons in this case?
So we have to beat Eastern Palace, which is the first dungeon. Well, I'm counting the tutorial dungeon. So we have to beat Eastern Palace because we want boots, we want to run around, it's fast.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And we have to beat the tutorial dungeon, which you can actually escape from the tutorial dungeon, but we have to beat it anyway because the game state gets really messed up. Sprites and enemies won't spawn on the overworld if you don't beat that dungeon. And you actually can't get a powerful enough sword to beat Ganon if you don't beat that dungeon.
oh,
It's a
interesting.
really weird chain of events.
Interesting. I didn't know that. That's really cool. So, okay, so we're gonna see two dungeons beat. We're gonna get the fast items. I wanted to know, like, going into this, when you learn a category as complicated or as broken as games like these are, like, what is the best thing that you've done to help you like learn all of these glitches?
Um, so there's a practice mod for Link to the Past, which has come in enormous handy. They basically have preset saves for every trick in the run, and you can make your own presets, and it comes in very handy. But for a lot of just learning it was being willing to sit down, do some runs, and not care if they were bad, because my first runs of this category were terrible.
But then over time, again, like having the save states and just, I mean, just practice, like putting in that time. Eventually you pick these things up and then it becomes like muscle memory and you're like, oh, good to go. And now here we are tonight about to see you do this any percent restricted major glitches, which I feel like my brain keeps wanting to say glitchless because that's usually like the category that's more popular. But I'm so excited to see this, to see not only how broken this game is, but like with a little bit of a twist so that we get to see more of the game, which is always like my preference as well. So I totally get why this is a category we're seeing. And I'm so excited to see you run this. So thank you so much for chatting. I'm looking forward to it. Please, everybody, just stick around in just a couple minutes. This run is happening and I can't wait. Also, again, that incentive for right after, you need to check it out. So thank you so much, everybody, and enjoy the final run of the day.
Thank you so much, Kung Fu Fruit Cup and Uni, for that incredible interview and for telling us a little bit more about that upcoming Legend of Zelda Link to the Past run. And as a reminder, that run is not the only run that you have the opportunity to see tonight. If we can meet our incentive of $4,000, we are currently at $466 out of that $4,000 that we need. We can add a bonus any percent run to the end of that run, also done by Uni. So she's got an incredible amount of skill in this game and some really cool tricks that she can show off not only during the run we already have planned, but also during this bonus any percent run. It's only a few minutes long. You don't even fight Ganon. It's wild. It's absolutely incredible, and you'll definitely want to see it. So get those donations in. Again, we are at $466 out of $4,000 that we need to unlock that run. Also, as a reminder from last run, we still have our trend going of people sending in donations about their cats. So if you want to continue that trend, you can continue to do that tonight and throughout the rest of the week, such as, much like Trinity Thatcher has done, they sent in $10 and said, Trinity here with my kitty cat Sage. He says, good luck and go fast. Agreed. Best of luck to all the runners for this week and tonight. But for now, I'd like to remind you all to hydrate, take a little stretch while we do have this run coming up next. First, we will be taking a quick break. I will see you a little bit later. Welcome back, everyone. As a reminder, I am your host, Speff, and this is Flame Fatales 2023 benefiting Malala Fund. Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, Malala Fund partners with education advocates and activists who are breaking down barriers that hold girls back. All of our donations that come in today are going to Malala Fund, and we are honored to be giving to this incredible organization. All right, so we are just about set up. So I will hand this over to Euni for our final run of the day, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.